One voice, one decision, one deadline. That could change history. Have you ever felt the world stop, just for a moment? In this story, you will follow the tense days when Donald Trump gave Russia only 10 days to act. 10 days for peace, 10 days for war. Every hour matters. Every word counts. And the world holds its breath. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Big Announcement. The air is heavy. Reporters fill the room. Cameras point at the podium. Everyone waits. Then, Donald Trump walks in. He looks serious. He does not smile. He takes a deep breath. "We gave them 50 days, he says. His voice is loud. The room is silent. Now, they have only 10, maybe 12, no more. Gasps. Journalists look at each other. Did he just say that? Trump leans closer to the microphone. If Russia does not act, if there is no deal, we will strike harder, stronger sanctions, higher tariffs, no more waiting. The words feel heavy. They sound final. Around the world, screens light up, phones buzz, news headlines change fast. Trump cuts. Deadline for Russia. 10 days left. In Moscow, leaders watch in silence. Faces are cold. Hands grip the table. In Kiev, soldiers sit near a radio. Mothers hold their children close. Could this be the end of war, or the start of something worse? Trump leaves the stage. He does not answer questions. The room explodes with noise. Reporters shout. Cameras flash like lightning. But Trump is already gone. His words stay. His clock has started. 10 days. Just 10. What will happen when time runs out? Will peace come fast? Or will the world fall into chaos again? The countdown has begun. Chapter 2. A clock that ticks fast. The world wakes up to breaking news. 10 days, only 10 days, the headlines scream. Television anchors speak quickly. Experts argue on live shows. The clock is now ticking. It is ticking for Russia. It is ticking for Ukraine. It is ticking for everyone. Around the world, reactions explode. In London, the Prime Minister holds an urgent meeting. In Paris, diplomats rush into offices before sunrise. In Berlin, leaders argue. Is Trump serious? One asks. Of course he is serious, another replies. News cameras follow protests in European streets. Some people cheer. Finally, someone is acting fast, they shout. Others are afraid. What if this brings more war, more bombs, more death? Markets start to shake. Oil prices rise. The dollar jumps. Investors call their banks, worried about the next step. In Washington, phones do not stop ringing. Trump's advisors speak to world leaders all night. Some support the decision. Others warn, 10 days is too short. It is too risky. In Moscow, the Kremlin is silent. Top officials sit in a dark meeting room. A large clock ticks on the wall. 10 days, 9, 8. Some generals pound the table. We will not bend to pressure, they shout. Others look pale. Sanctions will destroy us. We must talk, they whisper. Meanwhile, in Kiev, hope and fear mix together. Families gather around TV screens. Maybe this will end the war, one father says. His wife shakes her head. Or maybe this will make it worse. Soldiers on the front line pass the news by phone. Trump gave them 10 days, a young man says. He holds his rifle tightly. His friend nods. We have been fighting for years. Maybe this is our chance. Everywhere, people ask the same question. Can peace really come in 10 days? Is Trump forcing history to move faster? Or is he lighting a fuse that could explode? Trump believes in pressure. He believes that if you make the clock short, people act. But this is not business. This is war. This is life and death. Diplomats know the risk. A short deadline can work, but it can also fail, badly. News commentators debate on every channel. Trump is showing strength, one expert says. He wants results, not endless talks. Another shakes his head. This is dangerous. Russia may fight back harder. As the second day begins, the countdown feels real. People post clocks on social media. 10 days, 9 days, 8 days. The world is watching. Every hour feels longer. Every statement feels louder. Somewhere in Moscow, someone is planning a response. Somewhere in Washington, Trump is smiling, confident that he is winning. But history is not decided yet. The clock keeps ticking. Tick, tick, tick. What will happen when the last second comes? Will there be peace or something far worse? Chapter 3. Moscow in the Dark. Night falls over Moscow. The city glows with cold lights. But inside the Kremlin, the mood is darker than the sky. A long table, red folders, men in suits, military uniforms with shining medals. They sit in silence. Only the clock on the wall makes a sound. Tick, tick, tick. At the head of the table, a tall man speaks slowly. 10 days, he says. Trump believes he can force us. He believes we will kneel. Some generals laugh. America talks, Russia acts, one shouts. But others do not laugh. They look pale. They know the sanctions are already hurting. Banks are weak. Factories are closing. The people are growing angry. A gray-haired advisor clears his throat. Mr. President, if we do nothing, the economy will crash. The people may rise. We must think carefully. The room freezes. No one likes to hear those words. Talk? Negotiate? A general says with disgust. Never! We will not bow to Trump. The tall man slams the table. Silence again. He points to a map. Ukraine, Europe, America. They think we are weak. His voice grows louder. We will show them strength. We will not leave our lands. We will not accept shame. But another advisor whispers, strength is not enough. Food is short. Money is gone. The world is against us. For hours, they argue. Some want more war. Some want a secret deal. Others want to wait and see. Outside, Moscow is quiet, but people in small apartments talk nervously. What will happen? A mother asks her husband. He shrugs. We don't know, but life gets harder every day. Shops close early. Bread costs more. Gasoline is expensive. An old man mutters, "The rich stay rich." We pay the price. Back in the Kremlin, the clock keeps ticking. 10 days, 9, 8. The leaders know time is running out. They also know Trump is serious. One advisor finally says, "We must make a plan. Either fight harder or talk quietly before it's too late." But no decision is made. The meeting ends. Men walk out slowly, their faces tense. The tall man stays behind. He looks at the city lights. He wonders, can we win this game? Or will Trump destroy us without a single bullet? The room is silent again. Only the clock answers. Tick, tick, tick. The next day will bring new news, a new step, a new danger. But for now, Moscow waits, and the world keeps holding its breath. Chapter 4. Kiev's Long Nights. Far from Moscow, in the heart of Ukraine, the city of Kiev does not sleep. Sirens wail in the distance. Shadows move across dark streets. Families sit close together, listening to the radio. The news is everywhere. Trump has spoken. Only 10 days remain. Some feel hope, others feel fear. In a small apartment, a father turns up the volume. His wife holds their baby. The voice on the radio says, "America warns Russia." The deadline is short. The world waits. The father whispers, "Maybe this is good. Maybe the war will end." His wife shakes her head. Or maybe it will become worse. In the countryside, soldiers sit around a fire. Their uniforms are dirty. Their eyes are tired. One young man says, 10 days, can it really change everything? An older soldier replies, "I don't know, but we must be ready. Peace or war, we keep fighting." Across the city, government buildings are full of activity. Phones ring without stopping. Diplomats write messages to Europe and America. "What will Trump really do?" one advisor asks. "No one knows," another answers. President Zelensky meets his generals. He looks tired but determined. "We must prepare for both," he says. "Hope for peace. Prepare for war." The mood in Kiev is strange. Half hope, half dread. Markets are half empty. Bread costs more every week. People wait in long lines for water. An old woman tells her neighbor, "I have lived through war before. But this feels different." In shelters, children draw pictures on paper. Some draw tanks. Some draw flowers. A teacher smiles sadly. "They still dream," she says softly. On social media, Ukrainians argue. Some write, "Trump is helping us. He is brave." Others reply, "He is playing with fire. He does not live here. We do." Every night, the same question fills the air. Can 10 days really bring peace? As midnight comes, Kiev grows quiet. But the silence is heavy, not peaceful. A soldier on the front line looks at his watch. He whispers, 10 days, 9, 8. He wonders, just like millions of others, will this be the last winter of war, or the beginning of something worse? The countdown continues. Tick, tick, tick. The world is watching, and in Kiev, hearts beat faster with every passing hour. Chapter 5. Allies divided. In Brussels, the European Union meets in an emergency session. Flags of many countries hang in the room. Leaders sit around a big round table. The mood is tense. 10 days is too short, says the German Chancellor. Trump is pushing too hard. Russia may strike back. The French president shakes his head. At least Trump is doing something. We have talked for years. Nothing changed. Voices grow louder. Hands slam on tables. Some leaders demand a united front. Others fear more chaos. In London, the Prime Minister speaks to Parliament. America has acted. We must decide if we stand with them. Some members clap. Others shout in anger. Across Europe, television screens show angry debates. One expert says, Trump understands power. Pressure brings results. Another warns, pressure can break things. This is dangerous. Diplomats fly between capitals. Planes land in Berlin, Paris, Warsaw. Meetings happen late at night, behind closed doors. No one can agree on one plan. Meanwhile, protests fill the streets of Europe. In Rome, people hold signs, "Peace now." In Warsaw, others cheer, "Stand with Ukraine." A woman in Madrid says to a reporter, "Maybe Trump is right. Maybe we must be strong." But an old man nearby replies, "Strong or foolish? If this fails, we all pay the price." In NATO headquarters, military officers discuss secret plans. What if Russia moves troops to the border? One asks. What if Trump sends weapons? Another says. No one knows what will happen, but everyone knows the clock is ticking. Markets continue to react. Oil becomes more expensive. The euro falls. Business leaders warn of a new economic crisis if the situation explodes. Trump, however, seems calm. He tells reporters in Washington, "We will get results. You will see. They have no choice." Back in Brussels, the meeting drags on for hours. Some leaders want to support Trump fully. Others say Europe must make its own deal with Russia. Finally, the EU president says, "We cannot waste time. We must be united. If we are divided, we lose." But as the meeting ends, nothing is solved. Some countries support Trump. Others do not. Outside, the sky grows dark. The deadline is now even closer. Europe is split. The Allies are divided. And Russia is still silent. Tick, tick, tick. The clock moves forward. 8 days remain. Chapter 6. The Market Shakes. The world economy feels the pressure. Every hour, new headlines appear. Oil prices rise again. Stock markets fall in Asia. Investors fear a bigger crisis. In New York, Wall Street is nervous. Traders shout as screens turn red. "Sell, sell, sell," one man yells. Others stare at the charts, their faces pale. In Tokyo, businessmen gather in tall glass towers. 10 days is too risky, one says. If Russia answers with war, markets will crash. Factories in Europe worry about energy. Gas prices are rising again. A car factory in Germany announces it will close for a week. Workers stand outside, angry and afraid. Ordinary people feel it too. A woman in Paris pays double for bread. A taxi driver in London fills his tank and shakes his head. "Everything costs more now," he mutters. On news channels, experts argue. One says, Trump knows what he's doing. He wants results fast. Another replies, this is gambling. He is playing with the global economy. In Washington, Trump speaks confidently. America is strong. We can handle anything. Russia will bend. They have no choice. But behind closed doors, his advisors know the risks. If Russia reacts badly, one whispers, it could hurt everyone. Our allies, our markets, our people. In poor countries, the pain is worse. Rising food prices mean hunger for millions. Ships carrying wheat from Ukraine are stuck. A farmer in Africa tells a reporter, when big countries fight, we starve. On social media, panic spreads. People post pictures of empty shelves. Others warn of a global recession. Still, some believe Trump is right. He is shaking things up, says a businessman in Texas. No more weak talks. It's time to win. But an economist on TV shakes her head. Fast moves can break the system. A short deadline is dangerous for everyone. The days pass quickly. 10, 9, 8. Now, only 7 days remain. Investors hold their breath. Families try to save money. Leaders prepare for anything. Every second, the market shakes more. Every second, the risk grows higher. What will happen if Trump's plan fails? Will the world face peace or a new disaster? The clock does not stop. Tick, tick, tick. Chapter 7. Secret Diplomacy. While the world watches the headlines, another game is happening in the shadows. Planes land quietly at night. Cars with dark windows move through empty streets. Inside hidden rooms, diplomats whisper. Secret talks have begun. Not on TV, not on social media, but in quiet hotels and embassies far from cameras. A senior European diplomat meets an American envoy in Warsaw. Trump's deadline is too short, she says. He wants results now, the envoy replies. Then we must work faster. She sighs. At the same time, Turkish officials call Moscow. Can we host a meeting? Can we help make peace? They ask. In Doha, Qatari diplomats talk to Russian businessmen. What will it take for Russia to step back? They ask carefully. Phones ring in Washington, Berlin, and Paris. Every hour, new messages are sent. Offers, threats, promises. Some deals are suggested. Russia could pull back some troops. America could reduce some tariffs. Europe could open new trade routes. But nothing is agreed. Every time progress is made, someone says no. In Moscow, officials argue behind closed doors. Trump will never give us what we want, says a general. A quieter voice answers, but if we lose more money, more allies, we may have no choice. In Kiev, diplomats work day and night. We must be part of any deal, one advisor says. This is our land. This is our fight. The secret talks are fragile. One wrong word could break everything. News reporters sense something is happening. We have unconfirmed reports of back-channel negotiations, one anchor says. But nothing is official yet. Trump remains silent about the talks. But close aides tell journalists he believes pressure will bring Russia to the table. That is his strategy. Still, every hour matters. 6 days remain. A tired diplomat in Geneva says softly, "Peace can be made in secret, but it can also fail in secret." The world does not know what is being offered. The world does not know what is being promised. All it knows is that the clock is still ticking. Tick, tick, tick. 5 days, 4 days. Will these secret talks save lives? Or are they just words that will lead nowhere? The answer will come soon. The clock is running out. Chapter 8. The Final Hours. The sun rises on a tense world. Only 24 hours remain. The clock is almost at 0. Every screen shows the same headline. Trump's deadline ends tomorrow. Anchors speak fast. Markets shake harder. Protests grow louder. In Kiev, soldiers wait in silence. A young man cleans his rifle slowly. He whispers, "One more day, just one more." His friend nods. Either peace comes, or war gets worse. In Moscow, the Kremlin is a fortress. Meetings last all night. Generals argue, advisors shout. Trump will never attack, one says. He is bluffing. But another voice warns, if we do nothing, sanctions will crush us. We must decide now. Calls fly across the globe, from Berlin to Washington, from Ankara to Doha. Diplomats rush to make last-minute deals. A tired European leader speaks to the media. We are trying everything, but time is running out. Trump appears calm. Standing before reporters, he says, "Tomorrow we will know." They can make the right choice or face consequences. He does not smile. His words are short, sharp, final. In Ukraine, families gather in basements. Mothers hold their children close. Fathers try to hide their fear. A grandmother prays softly. Please, let this end. Please, no more war. Across the world, people count the hours. Stock traders stare at screens. Business owners wait to see if they will survive. Students write online. Will this be the day history changes? Night falls. The final countdown begins. 10 hours, 9 hours, 8. Inside a quiet hotel in Geneva, a secret meeting continues. Russian envoys sit across from American diplomats. No cameras, no reporters, just tense voices and shaking hands. "We can agree to this," says one man. "It's not perfect, but it can stop the crisis," says another. But nothing is signed yet. Outside, the world waits. Reporters stand in the cold. Every phone is ready for breaking news. Will there be peace? Will there be war? No one knows. And then, midnight comes closer. 7 hours, 6, 5, 4. The clock does not stop. Tick, tick, tick. When the last second strikes, the world will change, for better or for worse. Chapter 9. A World Holding Its Breath. The final day has arrived. Only hours remain. The clock is almost at 0. The world watches. Every TV channel shows a live countdown. Reporters stand in Washington, Moscow, Kyiv, and Brussels. Their voices are tense. Will there be a deal? One anchor asks. No one knows yet, another replies. Markets are frozen. Traders wait. No one buys. No one sells. Everyone is afraid of what will happen next. In cities around the world, people gather. In New York, crowds watch a giant screen in Times Square. In London, families follow the news on their phones. In Kyiv, soldiers sit silently in the dark. Do you think peace will come? A young soldier asks. His commander shakes his head. We will know soon. Just be ready. In Moscow, the Kremlin is full of tension. Officials argue until the last minute. We must not give in, one shouts. Another whispers, if we wait any longer, our economy will collapse. The president listens quietly. Then he stands. His face is pale but hard. We will send our answer, he says at last. Phones ring in Washington. A Trump advisor picks up, listens, and nods. They are ready to talk, he says softly. But nothing is certain yet. There is still no paper signed. 1 hour left. The world holds its breath. Cameras flash as Trump walks to the podium. Reporters shout questions. He says nothing. He simply looks at the clock above the stage. 30 minutes. In Geneva, diplomats sit around a table. A Russian envoy slowly signs a document. An American diplomat signs next. Is this enough? The envoy asks. For now, the diplomat replies. News breaks across the world. Deal reached at the last minute. Cheers erupt in Kiev. Families cry and hug. Soldiers throw their arms around each other. But the deal is fragile. It is only a first step. Trump speaks at last. This is not victory. This is not defeat. This is a chance for peace. But if they break their word, we will act again. The world exhales. For now, there is hope. But deep inside, everyone knows. This peace could vanish in a moment. The clock has stopped. Yet history's clock is still ticking. Tick, tick, tick.